Collins double tap the ball. So once you tap it on the floor, you have to play it straight away. And what he
right.
was calling
so
there was a double
trying
tap.
to double knock on almost. Trying to play the ball twice. Yeah. Even that finds touch. So it's a subtle one, isn't it, that? But
I don't know. Perhaps it was called that it didn't quite make connection with the floor rather than the double tap, but yeah, the replay didn't do the ref no favours there.
Zitao with a settler for France. Now they're pushing forward if he gets his tag applied. Closel's right into the heart of England's defence here. Hivenat's there. He's got Panto Gillard outside him. He won't need them. He will not need them. Brilliantly done. Now the French master, one of the brothers in the shape of Leo Hivenat, and that is a try for the French.
Yeah, Leo is a non-disabled player, brothers of Jonathan, as we've said, and he's really looking to push to get into that squad for the next World Cup. A fantastic dip there around Tom Halliwell. It's very, very difficult to defend that, but exceptional try there from France.
Yeah, lovely little swing of the hips almost, wasn't it? A sidestep that took him through. And that's just a little warning shot, isn't it? You know, England have had a great start, but as you said before, Freya, they're not going to have it their own way.
Absolutely, it's a game of momentum. England's job now will be to crush this run from France to make sure it doesn't continue to grow.
So Hivenat just rotating those wheels, swinging himself into the right spot. Chance for a breather as the kick is good. And France reduce the arrears. And we have a real test match on here. Coming up to the first quarter. And England have been breached. And the first time we saw some real quick ruck speed there from France, and they took full advantage.
Definitely, they really came onto the ball quick there. Tom Halliwell didn't quite got round the post. It's a difficult place to defend there on your line.
Adrian Zitao's long arms helped there as he put that one out there with the England players converging. That was crucial that he took that one in. Panto Gillard runs into traffic. France are going to force their way through here as Jonathan Hivenat is tackled. Now brother Leo, that's a lovely little spin to take him away from the England tacklers. Now France have ramped up the pace. Hivenat out to Panto Gillard. Still has it. Done reasonably well to get out of their own end. It was a tough one, although Zitao's kick wasn't the cleanest. England ball, says Ollie Cruikshank.
It went forward and then back.
So forwards then backwards, Freya, in that call from the referee. So taken quickly. Halliwell onto Collins. Nice wrap-around play from England. Here goes Hawkins. Butler, should I say. Hawkins is inside. Halliwell's there too if he can find him. He's still going here. Oh my word, it's sensational.
There's a reason why he was named Young Player of the Year. What an incredible player Rob Hawkins is. It's, like you said, slippery as out, will dip round tackles and find gaps and speed out of absolutely nothing.
And it's got a hat-trick, a first half hat-trick as well. And England are purring on the back of points. I think you said it was really important that they crushed that little bit of revival from the French. And well, that was just individual, wasn't it? He just took the things by the scruff of the neck there. Rob Hawkins.
It's so great to see the players, the trust they have in each other. You see a gap, run for it. Back yourself and back yourself to run through those gaps. So we could see a perfect example of that there from Rob Hawkins.
So Damien Doré about to come on for France. I think they made a couple of changes actually. Julien Pinella, should I say, is also coming on. So a bit of a rotation of their squad. Cyril Torres, Gilles Closel's and Georges Panto Gillard, the two players to make way. So Nathan Collins, it's
Time on.
Beautiful kick. It was right in front, and he continues his 100% record, and the buffer just stretched out, and we can see just where the sort of embryonic phase of this try. It was beautiful work all the way through.
Absolutely. The thing that France are unable to stop from England right now is their change of direction. It's just shifting the defence left and right, and they're able to find those gaps.
Yeah, he went through both Hivanats there, didn't he? As he just cruised between the two. But as you say, it's the switches, isn't it? It's those little turns back on the inside that France so far have not enjoyed. Long kick-off.
Tackle 1.
And that wasn't the result France was looking for, certainly.
No, I don't think Cyril Thomas will be happy with that one. To give up a third of the pitch, an 8-metre restart is not something you really want off kick-off.
Hawkins that time. They've certainly learnt their lesson with substitute Julien Penana, interchange Julien Penana, should I say, making that tackle.
Wait till out the wrap. 2.
As Leo Hivanat clears the scene. And then Doré at marker. England come forward again through Halliwell, and it's that turn back with Hawkins to King. Snatching at tags. France trying to shut down England's movement. And France ball, obstruction call, that one. By the looks of it, also. Did I get that correct? He seemed to give a kind of obstruction signal, but that's the kind of contact we come to expect. Julien Penella taps it. Damien Doré thunders in. Let's keep it moving now with Leo Hivanat. Tackled. Boomed out towards Penella. Zittel. France throwing a bit of shape here now. Still the tag hasn't been ripped, now it has. Winding up comes Doré. Clatters into the defensive line. England have got to get themselves set. France have options. They're loading up here. Trying to work their way through with Penella. And in the end he gets that down. What an introduction. Oh no, is it? Didn't quite make it.
They've called it tag first. That's such a difficult call to see from the refs. It's really split-second decision-making here. They do an exceptional job.
Yeah, it really does take a fine eye, doesn't it? So France denied. And they weren't far away.
Wait. They're making an interchange, wait.
Yeah, Tom Halliwell gets the tag just before the ball's put down. A fantastic spot there from the refs.
Yarley Cruikshank, as he eats his carrots, as Alizard is on. Lionel Alizard, the experienced Frenchman.
He's one of my favourite players to watch play this game. He's just so quick, so smart, and he carried France through a lot of the World Cup, if I'm honest.
Yeah, Adrien Zittel, the player to make way. So on the deck, Josh Butler will put himself back upright. Kick forward by Halliwell. There's a lot of meat on the bones there. Gathered up at the back by Penella. England come scampering in. Here he is, Alizar. He's a busy player, isn't he? And as you say, he's got a distinctive style. He's pushing out wide. Even Akos ripping up through the middle here. Takes some stopping. France through Alizar, looking for an option.
Take it.
Couldn't quite find the pass. Last one here.
Yeah, good.
Hivanat will fire that one. Hooked out towards the sideline. And in the end,
0.
England forced into... Well, I thought for a second they conceded the drop out there, but it just carried enough.
The patience from Rob Hawkins there to just watch that disappear out the dead ball line.
We're still waiting for the introduction of Nelson Billington, that's for sure. It will be hotly anticipated. Butler. Hawkins has gone wide. And he's again slipped the net. He's still going here. Eventually, Julien Penella takes hold of the situation, but that's given England quick rook here. Halliwell ghosting. Now finds Collins. It's opening up here. Hawkins. He's got Lewis King. Thunderous. Desperate tackle from France.
Massive hit there.
England reset. King takes his time. Halliwell pops one over the top. Missed pass out for Hawkins. Alazar makes a crucial tackle. England come again here. And it's put down by Rob Hawkins. Oh, it's a forward pass. Fine margins there again, Frey.
Absolutely, but the work and the effort they put in there to get that look. Massive hit on Lewis King here. Really puts his body on the line for the sport.
Yeah, Penella, he's put a few of them in, hasn't he, since coming on.
He's definitely a big hitter.
Alazar brings it forward for France. He did have Doré on his shoulder. England looking to close down France's quick passing here. Hivenat wants it. Hivenat takes it. England on the back pedal. Alazar helped out to Doré again. Penella is lurking. Alazar will pop this one up. Running through the tackles here as Doré takes them almost, not quite on halfway. Now the kick from Hivenat. The chase is on here. Hawkins can hear the hoofs bearing down. And in the end, France get a bit of a defensive win, but the pressure very much on France as England come forward. It's riotously quick, isn't it?
The French team just cannot seem to find a way through England's defence, and so they're having to rely on that kick chase. But it's end to end for sure, and that's why we love this sport. It's fast, it's furious, and we love the big hits and the skill level being on display right now.
So Joe Coyne has just come on for Josh Butler, and has his hands on the ball in his first few moments on the field. Halliwell, lovely pass at the line to Collins. Oh, he took a shot there. Nathan Collins. Eventually, he'll get himself back on his feet, but Jonathan Hivenat with that shot. Halliwell, big cutout ball wide. Coy turns it back to King. Oh, he's lost that. Such was the ferocity of the French. They've upped their defensive effort, haven't they? That's for sure.
With the introduction of Doré and Penella, you can see that speed change from the team. And Damien Dor's just got such a ridiculous wingspan. It's tricky to get around him. He'll find your tag when you're trying to push around him. So great to see the adjustments the French are making.
Yeah, they're learning, they're growing into this game. They are behind. England have made a fine start in the first quarter. Hivenat, pops a lovely pass. Penella, it's delightful. Eel-like slaloming from Julien Penella. Hivenat with that wheel style that you were talking about, Fred. Now I've seen it, I cannot miss it.
It definitely generates so much speed, and because he's got quite a high level of disability, it's how he can get his wheels moving as quick as possible. That stop-start movement is so difficult when you're like maybe a paraplegic, because you've not got that core to push you through it, and you can't push through your feet. So that's why he kind of goes alternate hands, and you can really build up some speed by that.
Penella doing a really good job, and now the Hivenats combining. Hivenats! That's lovely. Sensational work from Leo Hivenat, who takes his side. It was just almost like a scissors movement, wasn't it? One Hivenat went one way and the other one went the other, and there was going to be a try on the cards.
You could see him just find gaps in that corner by shifting the defence, run that dummy line and shift the ball out to the wing. The speed that he came onto that is what scored him that try, because you turn around and you've got a player coming at you 100 miles an hour. There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah, we'll see it again. Yeah, Jonathan went to the middle, Leo went to the edge, and 4 points were added to the tally. So plenty of excitement here at Robin Park. And the England players just taking a moment, and they can have a crack at converting. Interesting what you were saying before. I mean, what you could potentially have called a disadvantage, he's made his advantage. He's made it work to his own ends, which is, you know, part of the ingenuity of the wheelchair rugby league player.
Absolutely, I think it's incredible to see the adaptations that everyone makes to their disability in order to make it a level playing field. You see such a huge spectrum of disabilities in this sport, and that's what makes it the most inclusive in the world, as well as your non-disabled players. But yeah, those little adaptations you've got to make in order to stay at the right speed and stay, like we say, with the limited movement, and players being able to play the ball off their wheel for those who can't reach the floor, and that would be the same for when they score a try. They'd score a try off their wheel rather than grounding the ball, and it's those adaptations that means everyone can come and play this game. Everyone can get in a chair and come and play, and that's what we absolutely love.
So, points on the board for France. They're certainly not giving this test up by any means. England chasing hard on the back of that kick. But it'll be France who get the chance to restart here.
We've seen Seb Bashara subbed on against a lot of his Catalan teammates in this game.
Yeah, he's such an interesting character, isn't he? I mean, there's the Made of Steel documentary, and some of the players are like, we see him as French, but he's so proud to be English, and it's that dynamic that just adds to this fearsome rivalry, doesn't it?
Definitely, and he's had a bit of a hill to climb this year. He wasn't able to get over to compete in the English league. He took a knock to the head and was out with injury for a lot of the summer. Won the French league, naturally, with Catalan. So, yeah, the English side, I haven't seen him too much this year, so it'll be interesting to see how he can maintain that connection with the lads.
Full pelt player, the number 8, Bashara, hitting that with the kick. Boyd will mop it up at the back. Al-Azhar is straight onto him. And the French intensity. And then tap and go with Collins. Al-Azhar just grabs at that tag, making sure Bashara tried to sweep through a gap. Taps to Halliwell. Halliwell pivoting his way down the middle.
Chair nudge.
Just.
That was called there as interference after the tackle was made, and then you can see here he jammed into his chair, and so that's why French penalty there.
So ball sent to touch. England looking to make the most of the opportunity here. Halliwell, Collins running a dummy line. Bashara! Oh yes! What a try, England, that is! If it's deemed legal, England swept forward there with such pace and precision. And Seb Bashara, as I said, fresh on the pitch, fresh making an impact.
You know the first thing he's going to do when that final whistle goes is go home and clip that up. What an incredible try. He'll be watching that one on repeat.
Yeah, one of the characters as well, and you need that, don't you, in any sport. Lovely wraparound play there, quick hands, perfection.
Incredible pass there from Coyd to draw both defenders in to give Seb that wing run.
Timing has to be so crisp, doesn't it? And it's all in while trying to think about all the other things that are going on in a wheelchair rugby league player's mind at that point. So England reconvene in the centre. Plenty of water being taken on board.
Time off.
In terms of your fitness in these games, how much are you gasping after 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, almost up to half time here?
Definitely, it's full on. It's absolutely end to end. So your heart rate's going to be at the absolute top levels because the game does not stop. The only stoppages in play we normally see is for injuries or mechanical issues if you see the wheels break and for conversions, and I think that's why Nathan Collins likes to take an extra long time with his conversions, because it's the only time that these players actually get to stop. It's an incredible feat to play for 80 minutes.
Another super kick, and England hit 30, and it's Nathan Collins. Dead-eyed accuracy, that is the difference there. And again, just the handling, the little wraparound, bites in, draws in defenders, the passing so sharp. And then the finish, as you say. That'll be going on social media. What a high-level game, and in terms of the pace, even compared to other test matches that we've seen between these two, it just seemed to be, it's just as frenetic, and maybe if not more as frenetic as ever.
Definitely, you really see the passion in this, and that's why the speed's so high, the intensity's so high, and also they're playing on such an exceptional floor. This is a bespoke floor for wheelchair rugby league, and it's always great when they bring out this floor because it's so fast for these players.
Bashara in the tackle there. Alizar eventually got the tag away. Halliwell pops that one up for Collins. And another switch of angles now for Bashara. Coyd's there in support. That's dogged. Sticking to their guns. Coyd keeping that arm away. Another flick past to Bashara. Now it might just open up here. Hawkins! He's going to put the hammer down. Great cover tackle though. And Julien Pinella, but England again playing too hot here maybe for France. Halliwell. Last one. England set. Getting their shape right for one last pop. Coyd with a little dribble in behind. Even that takes it. And England quick to close down. Even the kick chase has been good, even in those situations where it's potentially a bit more of a defensive kick chase.
Absolutely, yeah. It's great to see them end their set and complete their set right on their try line. This will be very difficult now for France to get out of their four, and we'll probably see an early kick here to get them to turn England around in order to get out of their four.
Alizar, he runs into trouble. And there we do see that kick that Freya was talking about. Coyd herring after it, knows that those French defenders are lurking. Oh, lovely little switch to Hawkins. Now it's a case of who's got the pace. Oh, Hawkins just over the touchline in the end. You have to say him and that did a really good job there of covering all the bases.
Incredible cover tackle there because that looked really dangerous.
So you can see here Tom Coyd, who was out to Bashara. Meanwhile, Julien Pinella wasting no time, and he's shown his valued defence. He's going to show it in attack as well. Alizar. You can see why you enjoy watching him.
Yes, you can see how tight the English defence is, and it's so difficult to get through those gaps when they're just sat so tight together. The connection there is incredible.
Lovely kick in behind. Pinella is not giving up on this. And in the end, England, I think, just about got there in time, and I think it's Nathan Collins who was the saviour. So this is about to be dropped out by England.
It was just contact, Nathan.
Just see the refs call time off there while we untangle some chairs.
Yeah, occupational hazard of wheelchair rugby league. And actually, Pinella's still down, isn't it, at the moment? So let's hope everything okay with Julien Pinella.
Slowly.
Cyril Torres concernedly looking on. Pinella might have just taken a bang on the head there, but it just shows you, as you've mentioned already, Fred, the extent the players are willing to put themselves in the fray.
Okay, just wait for the whistle.
Just no regard for their own safety. They throw their bodies into these tackles. I think, yeah, he fell onto, is that Seb's wheel there and the dead ball line, so.
Okay, time on.
Time's back on now and we'll get back underway.
Halliwell gives it a good whack, and that's a hell of a whack, because Pinella's going to gather that in his own four here. Oh, shuddering contact. Hawkins and Collins together, just showing France that they mean business, even at this stage, right before the break. Alizar to tap. Now he goes to Dor. No space is being afforded, and they're really jammed in, aren't they? But in that, they're able to be really aggressive.
Yes, and come off the line with such speed that just shuts down all the space of the French. like we said, that turnover tackle, not even before halfway, because of the way they just suffocate their attack with how close they are in their line.
And a little bit of sledging, I think, was going on there from Rob Hawkins. So Bashara loses that one.
2-0.
But it just shows you the sense of feeling. I mean, afterwards, everyone will, you know, shake hands and have a hug. But during the game, no quarter asked or given.
Not at all. And you'll see that in the domestic league for both teams. Yeah, just whistle to whistle. There are no friends on the pitch.
Alazar wide to Door, recycles. Even that, no route through is Coyd. He's stretching out to grab those tags. Eventually he does. Giants loading up to Alazar.
3.
England get the tackle in. Even combining between the brothers.
4.
Pinella out on this left side. Back to him and there again. Oh, clever play. Nice footwork, lovely pass. Oh, Alazar and Door is going to race to the line. The touch judge confirms it, and France score, and it was a really slick move, wasn't it? The perfect timing on the pass.
Yes, that pop pass from Alazar opened up the entire wing for him to chase down, and that will be such an important try for France to go into this half-time with 1 minute left before the break to really settle them down and to show that, you know, England, we have the momentum right now. You know, we can go into this half-time with all the momentum, regardless of what the scoreline says. So that will be key for the French team.
Big cut-out ball, wasn't it, for Door, and he just got his head down and raced to the line. So a nice execution, smart execution. And not even Nathan Collins could keep up with the stride there. Defiantly patted down. And so even that with the kick to come.
Time off.
From that far side. Not too long left of this first half for Freya. So the kick to come. Even getting himself in the right spot. Absolute composure.
Time on.
Launches the kick. It's good, and France just keep England within a semblance of touching distance here.
Last 30, guys.
As we head towards the break. One last passage of play, you'd imagine, Freya.
Hold on.
And a great. Oh, Alazar didn't catch the flight of that kick. England racing to make something of this last act of the first half. Bashara taps Halliwell, races onto it. Coyd, still going. Coyd, flick pass for Bashara. Lovely offload. Hawkins almost on the buzzer. Gets his 4th try of the game, 4th try of the half for that matter. And just as France thought that they had a glimmer of hope to take into the half-time break, England roughly snatch it away and just say, this is our turf.
What a response, yeah. That's exactly what Tom Coyle will be hoping to see from his side. It's just quickly shut down any momentum France want to take away from this game, and to end the half with a try is the perfect way to do it.
And Julian Pinella, who's been really key player since coming on for France, just unable to make that tackle. And in the end, there we go. Nathan Collins gets the crucial chance to kick for goal on the back of that Hawkins finish. Just kept himself away from arm's length, didn't he? And Rob Hawkins, he's got some confidence about him, hasn't he? He definitely doesn't mind offering a little bit of extras, so to speak.
For sure, yeah. They love the niggles and the psychological warfare of the game, but he's an incredible player with the confidence, like I say, to just run into them gaps and just trust himself to be the fastest player on the planet and get round those defenders is exceptional. He's such a fun player to watch. Not so much to play against.
So Nathan Collins. So Collins. Ready. With the last act of the first half, he's on target again. And it's 36 points to 18, I make it. The kick last time was good. And so, that is the half-time stage. Freya Levy and England. We saw some really good stuff from France, but I think what we did see was an England side that's really connected and really confident.
Yeah, really putting the pressure on and absolutely not giving France an inch. And just, there's a saying to keep your wheel on their throat, you know, to keep that pressure on and keep your foot on the gas. And I think France have been unable to really stop that momentum and that speed. And coming onto the play of the ball at 100 miles an hour is so difficult to defend. Their change of direction has been exceptional. And France will have a lot of work to do in this half-time break to fix some of that.
Yeah, tactically, I mean, as you mentioned, that was something that England really lent on as a way of unlocking France. What can France do to kind of work to try and stop that, I guess, to some extent?
I think we'll see maybe some more of their kick chase game to really they're unable to get through this defensive line. So let's kick it over the top, turn England round and just see if we can make meters that way. But you know, the game's not over yet. It's Wheelchair Rugby League can turn on a
sixpence.
Turn on a sixpence.
That's a small thing, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think this second half will be a different story potentially. So the game's not done till it's done, and we've seen England-France go down to the wire every single time they play.
So we're going to see some of the first half highlights here, and in particular, I mean, I think as you talked about the pace at times England have played at, with the evasion and the angles that are being thrown. I mean, look at this. I mean, coming out of their own back end, it just showed plenty of strength, and we saw a couple of times, you know, the kicking games of Tom Halliwell and Nathan Collins really coming to the fore.
Definitely, yeah. Nathan Collins can put that ball on a dime, and yeah, Tom Halliwell has the vision and the leadership of this team to be able to know what the team needs and when they need it, and what a beautiful kick chase we see. And Rob Hawkins will do that all day. He'll run for that ball all day. He's an exceptional player, the speed he has, and I think what's been the difference maker is that connection of the England side. And you know, we see the Leeds Rhinos trio connecting perfectly, but also across the board. You know, a lovely pop pass from Nathan Collins to Rob there to get him in the corner. I think that's the difference here, is the connection of the England team compared to this newly formed, potentially French team with some new faces and a new head coach.
Yeah, I mean, Gilles Clausel's in his time when he was on the field, giving France a position to strike from. And we saw him there, you know, really mixing it. But the Huguenot brothers, they've been prominent as well, haven't they?
For sure, yeah. That's where I think that we can see the most connection with the French side, is between them two. They know exactly where each other are going to be, where they're going to be, and the speed on the pair of them is really difficult to stop. We've also got Sitel and Dor with their massive wingspans become tricky to stop them players as they reach around, and I think that's something they've got to watch when they get close to the try line.
So Hawkins went. Well, he had a remarkable individual first half, didn't he, Rob Hawkins?
Yeah, Young Player of the Year, a second place finish with the Halifax Panthers this season, and unfortunately didn't get it done in the grand final, but he's had an outrageous season as ever. He's so consistent and just so rapid. He's just lightning pace on the land.
Josh Butler and Tom Halliwell, and I mean, France, as we say, there were moments in particular where, you know, they felt they might have been hard done by. Julian Pinella wasn't far away there, was he? The tag was made just in time, and yeah, it was. I mean, that just sums up at times. It was absolutely no holds barred, wasn't it? It
was brutal, and I think what England have done really well off that is when they're coming in with two-man tackles and is shipping the ball out straight away. Get that quick play of the ball to get the offload, get the overlap on the wings, and their wrap-around play behind the play of the ball is what's just giving him an overlap every single day of the week. But this try just caught Tom Halliwell sleeping a little bit there, just in order to wrap around that wing. the speed he comes onto the ball is what makes him difficult to stop here.
Yeah, it's turning, isn't it? You just cannot get your chair back into position quickly enough on that one, and they will punish you. But right at the back end of the half, Seb Bashara putting himself about, and just as it looked, as we were saying, as though France had got themselves something to take into the break, well, we saw possibly as good a try as you'll see.
Yeah, I think if you ask Seb, that'll be the try of the game, but we've got another 40 minutes to go. Exceptional try though, like I say, that wrap around just really opens up the play and gives all the room in the world there for Seb.
So Seb Bashara, part of that move, Coyd, he just, and there were times, weren't there, where England were able to express themselves, and I think that's would have been encouraging for Tom Coyd. You can go about your business sometimes, but if you can do it with a little bit of panache as well, it's even better, isn't it?
For sure, yeah, we'll see the structures, we'll see those set plays, but sometimes the best rugby is that free-flowing offload rugby where they're just enjoying it. You can see the lads are enjoying it out there, and I think that's what's ensuring that they're playing with such positivity and trust in each other, is because they're just enjoying it.
The door with that try before, all created by that beautiful pass from Al-Azhar, and he just got his nut down, so to speak, and powered in. But it was almost as if England, as we were saying, they wanted to have the last word in this first half.
For sure, like I said, the most important set is that one straight from a try, and France to come out of that with an error, I think really set the tone, and England just knew the time on the clock. They knew what they had to do, and they just got round each other, rushed in order to get that ball and back in play to end the half with a try.
So that is the first half story. We'll be back for the full second half here on BBC Sport. But at half-time, it's England 36, France 18.
Every medal, every competition, every sprint to the line starts at grassroots clubs across the country. Each one run by dedicated, passionate community builders and legacy creators, all hoping to inspire the next generation of champions. Without them, none of this is possible. So nominate someone today for BBC's Sports Personality of the Year's Unsung Hero Award and give these wonderful people the recognition they so truly deserve. If there's a hero that you want to nominate, go to bbc.co.uk/unsunghero.
The BBC is looking for the next generation of sports commentators. Could you join some of these?
Lauren Hunt gets the ball across looking for Shaw, checks it down on the volley! Bunny Shaw! What a finish! Lenotte. Lovely strike! And what an absolute stunner from the Argentine teenager.
Cecilia Turcolotti with an appetite for the whitewash. Here she goes, she scored against Scotland last year and she does it again. Cunningham's Colossuses find some attacking snarl.
For full details, head to the BBC Sports website and look for new voices. Good luck.
For everything you need to know about your team, download the BBC Sport app. Just select your club to get the biggest stories and latest updates at your fingertips. Download the BBC Sport app for everything you need to know about your team.
We'll do this the right way.
This is not a game.
Take your time. It sounds like this could be important information.
Start throwing your weight around. And you see what happens, all right?
What's happened?
Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened yet.
You're going to tell me who your suspects are or not? Not. You've had too many spoilers already.
Gripping crime drama. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
I want to talk to you about an undercover mission.
Sorry, what? Serious? I'm listening.
We should expect breathtaking subtlety and sophistication.
Just a harmless bit of fun.
Is it, Patrick? Is it?
It's quality,
not quantity.
Are you laughing?
Operation Original Comedy is a go. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Part of me thinks, am I taking too much on here?
They've come a long way, some of these lads, but I think there's so much potential still in there.
I want to take you on tour. I want to take you to India.
Wow! I want them to see how big cricket is there, see what it means to people.
There's so much that just being here has genuinely taught me.
Puts things into perspective a little bit for me. I was going to say we're representing England, but we're representing something far bigger than that. Representing Preston.
Freddie Flintoff's Field of Dreams. Press red to watch now on BBC iPlayer.
For me, it's mainly news and sport. That's what I watch on the BBC.
But we do like things like the trailers.
Yeah, we like the trailers. Like that.
Yeah.
MasterChef. Yeah. I want to see you on MasterChef.
I would do great on MasterChef.
You would do terrible on MasterChef. So what would you cook?
I know what it is. Chicken wings. A nice Caesar salad. Questionable.
I've never been a runner.
I just never enjoyed it. I've wanted to run for years, never had the guts.
Tried the Couch 5K and never looked back.
Couch 5K is easy.
It's free.
Anybody can do it.
You don't have to rush or you don't have to race. It's not competition.
You start off in tiny little chunks.
The coaches are always there.
You feel that somebody's alongside you.
You run, you walk, you're motivated. Before you know it, you're running for 15, 20 minutes at a time.
It's changed my life completely.
At my age, I feel as if I've achieved something.
I feel great.
The hardest step isn't going out and running. The hardest step is actually getting out the front door. Once you can do that, you're capable of anything.
So get those trainers on, download the Couch to 5K app today and get running.
You're considered crazy until you're a genius.
I think he's made the game more beautiful.
This is how the game should be played.
The best manager in the world.
How many Champions Leagues has he won without Messi?
To be successful, you first have to fail.
The entire Premier League has gone, in his face.
He's a control freak.
He's very demanding, drives you crazy.
I advise you don't be a manager.
He is looking for perfection.
Pep Guardiola, chasing perfection. Watch now on BBC iPlayer.
So plenty across the BBC, as you can see there, in terms of sports content. We've got the test matches tomorrow, a test match tomorrow, should I say, the men's, first of the men's running game test matches against Samoa in their ABK International Test Series. Next week there's both the men's and women's running game test matches, England playing the Welsh in the women's game, and the second test against Samoa, that one is at Leeds tomorrow. It's across the way at the Brick Community Stadium on BBC Two as England take on Samoa. But here our focus is very much on the wheelchair game. England comfortably in front at the moment, but as Freya was saying, you just can't rest on your laurels in this sport. And France will, as they come out now, they'll fancy that they can, if they can get a good start, then they can maybe do to England what England did to them.
Yeah, for sure this game could turn at any point. Like I say, it's a game of momentum, so if they pick it up straight from the kickoff, it could be a different story by the end of the final whistle. But I know both teams will know that this game's not done, and they've got to work right till that 80th minute.
And just waiting for England, the match officials are back out, and those French players just huddling up. Last words before they resume. Hostilities feels a little bit hard, a little bit kind of strong, but at times when they're clattering into each other, Freya, it feels appropriate.
Well, yeah, you play for your country, you're playing for the badge on your chest, and yeah, these lads will play with such passion and as I say, no regard for their personal safety or their own health on their bodies. And as you see England come out, and it's so great to see a sold-out stadium here and the crowd getting behind the England side.
Yeah, no tickets available for this. Everyone taken, every seat filled. Just another step in the growing journey for wheelchair rugby league. It catches the imagination of anybody who watches it. And in the flesh, it is even better. Let me tell you now, hopefully we're giving you a flavour of just how good it is in person. And it might just encourage you to come along for a game at some stage, whether it's your local club team in the Super League or beyond, or whether it's an international, which there will be games throughout 2025 as well. and maybe a couple of tests to come for England on their travels before this season is done with. But we're about to get underway, Freya, and the messages at half-time. What do you think might have been passed on? What might have been the key themes for both England and France?
Well, I think England, the chat in the locker room will be keep doing what you're doing, you know, keep composed, keep playing with flair and enjoyment and passion, and, you know, keep running onto that ball and trusting each other. For the French side, I think it would be to yes, shut some of that down and and ensure that they keep having a go with that kicking game to turn England around, because they just cannot get through their defence right now.
So Oliver Cruikshank says we're good to go, and we are up and running, and England have the ball on the back of that French kick-off. And Halliwell, they'll have to come out from deep because Rob Hawkins managed to clear his own in goal, but France were really tigerish in there. Push forward, trying to shut things down. Halliwell, they're going to drop Rob Hawkins back underneath. France desperate to, in the shape of Pinella, to take that ball away from Tom Halliwell. Hawkins winding up off the back fence. He's still going here, Rob Hawkins. Gets his tab back on quickly. Bashara hits the deck. France have been aggressive in defence here, limiting England to yardage inside their own half. And in the end, it's a cute kick downfield that just takes the sting out of things here for England.
Yeah, now it'll be a strong defensive set they're looking for, and to really compose themselves back into this second half.
We'll look to see the much anticipated arrival of Mason Billington into this game, but on his debut, one of the new faces amongst a familiar England side.
Take it, two!
Yeah, he's really rose to the ranks. He started the sport 6 months ago, and to come, he's had an incredible season with the London Roosters. We actually played at the same running rugby when we were young, so I'm super excited to see him out there.
Yeah, you've got a vested interest. Clausel's forced into touch there by Seb Bashara. The pair of them are genuine pals off the field, but right there, you might have just thought they were sworn enemies. It is that passion which really makes this game so engaging to watch. Collins, he really is snake-like as he wriggles his way through. Halliwell sucking defenders in there as he took the challenge. Coyd, smart to find Hawkins.
Tackle 3.
Ball goes loose. Tackle already made.
3.
Halliwell, little dummy.
4. Hang on.
Came Dorr that time.
Just taking a piece of a chair off the pitch as it's flown off one of the caster caps off one of the chairs, just to avoid any injuries there by leaving that pitch.
What a lovely kick from Collins. Or Coyd. It was dabbed on. Bashara. Oh, he just couldn't quite make the connection there. But as you say, England not wasting any time on the back of that mini stoppage.
On the cross.
Yeah, that must be a little bit of a mini hazard. Bits and bobs coming off chairs.
Yeah, like I said, the only time this game stops is for mechanicals or where the chairs break into pieces.
Pinella mixing it with England against his opposite number, Coyd. Tap quickly, even at gets it wide for Dorr. They're going to tap quickly as Clausel's was there. Even out really wrapping up the pace. Lovely hands. Finds his brother Jonathan. He was ducking and weaving. Clausel's another shuddering contact. Coyd looks him in the eye. There's genuine intensity there. Kick in behind. Might just have enough on it. In the end, Rob Hawkins has to mop things up at the back, and France get a bit of a win off the back of that kick chase. That was a nervy moment there for England, Frey.
I think they were scrambling a little bit there, but a kick to turn them round and then rush back for that. I think Rob Hawkins was lucky to scoop that one up, but an unfortunate kick there from Tom Halliwell. I think he would have hoped that went a bit further, but a big solid defensive set here will settle England down.
Yeah, Hawkins He's got a wheel problem. There's a chance for a break here.
This is where we see the pit stop mentality from our backroom staff at England, and how quick they get this wheel fixed and changed and back on into play is exceptional.
Yeah, back up and running.
Just tackle one, time on.
Swiftly done. Back we come. France have it. Penella reaching out that arm, looking to offload. Clausel's. France showing some endeavour here. Even that, heading for the corner. Oh, it just came out of his grasp, I think, there. What's the call? One of the Cruikshank.
It's called
Oh, it's off. It is off. Temper spraying. And Oliver Cruikshank steps in and looks to separate things here.
Jill, come here. Tom, come here. Let's just go back a second. It's been a great first
Coyd,
Let's calm it down.
Came
I don't need any of that. Okay, calm down.
to head,
Have a word.
and then
calm down.
brought over for a second frame.
Yeah, I think he was blaming Coyd for his drop of the ball there on the try line. I think it was a great cover tackle there by Joe Coyd, but tensions overspilling there.
It's been the same all season.
Oliver Cruikshank doing a fantastic job of just separating the teams, calming things down. You know, we want to just see quality rugby. We don't really want to see the scraps and the tussles. So yeah, fantastic to see him just pull them back, calm it down, and yeah, let's get on with rugby now, boys.
So Nathan Collins waiting to tap here. One of England's silky stars. Halliwell, the captain, throws a dummy. Ball comes in. Strong tackle. Collins is winding up. He's got Coyd in support. It's a one-out carry from him. Bashara trying to gain some territory with these aggressive carts forward. Halliwell, lovely into Coyd. France, though, it's desperate stuff, isn't it, as they zoom about, trying to shut down England's play. Tap by Hawkins. Halliwell with the kick. At the back, Clausel's takes it. Oh, and he's done brilliantly here. Jules Clausel's, all the experience of 61 years age, 50 odd years in rugby, but he had it lost that time, and England have got it back here.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic error there. It just shows the pressure England are able to put on even when they don't have the ball. And we'll see here.
Coyd!
Fantastic try by Joe Coyd.
It was all set up by Bashara's carry, wasn't it? He just made a huge indent in the French defence. France possibly felt that they should have had some in before, but England didn't stand on ceremony, and as you say, brilliantly worked try. Coyd with it. England hit 40-18.
It's fantastic to see the transition of England there. You know, there's a bit of niggles and a bit of chat going on out on the pitch, but they're able to just compose themselves, know what the job is, transition really quick, and you see the switch here by Joe to open up the two players. Fantastic run there by Sebashara, but yeah, the duck under the defender there by Joe. We'll see him clear for the line every day of the week.
Yeah, it's that little run underneath, isn't it? And then he ends up being able to finish. So, again, into this second half, England continue where they left off in the first. Kick to come from Collins. The France Inquisition is taking place. Back in there under the field. And now the kick to come. Collins! It's good! And England do pick up where they left off. 42 points to 18. Well, this game is normally a tight one, isn't it? It normally is close, and it could still well be, Freya, but at the moment England in a good spot.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, been surprised by the gap in the score, really, and France just really not responding to anything that England are giving them. And yeah, it's a shock to see such a big gap in the score, but you know, anything can happen in this game. You can score 3 tries in 5 minutes, and then
Very different complexion, isn't it then? Yeah. At the back, Bashara. The rumble as he and Dorr clattered into each other. Coyd trying to wriggle clear of Pinello, who ripped the tag, applies it quickly, and Bashara's turn. And trying to turn up the pace here with Collins. Pinello again, as he has been most of the game. One of France's most stubborn defenders. Hawkins turned back on the inside. France ramping up in terms of their line speed at the back. Lascelles trying to get away from Hawkins. No deference there to the elder statesman.
incredible transition, yes, to be able to collect that kick and go again. And we've seen a cheeky little ball rip there from Nathan Collins, and we transitioned again. The game does not stop, and England's ability to keep pushing and put the pressure on France is just what's making them have such a lead right now.
Yeah, they are really turning up the heat. Halliwell, Bashara, all the tricks from Seb Bashara, and the man who lives in Perpignan and plays for the Catalan Dragons. He's got zero sentiment. It's all about England today, and it's all about Seb Bashara there.
Yeah, he was introduced to the sport by Cyril Torres. I wonder if he's regretting that decision now. Seb having an absolute blinder as always. It's great to see him back on the pitch. It's great to see him in his element and playing with such freedom and finesse. They're able to just dip round Gilles there, Lascelles there. He'll love that. He'll love that high for the rest of the week.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be plenty of correspondence between the two club teammates, of course, and good friends, great friends. But as you say, no sentiment when it comes to international wheelchair rugby league. So Nathan Collins about to place the ball on the tee. So Cyril Torres, Freya, no doubt would have expected that there might be a little bit of scratchiness about his team. As you say, they are pitching in, it's almost like a new era, isn't it? But I think he would have been surprised by the extent as well, as to England have been more superior today so far.
Yeah, I think obviously he'll be a bit disappointed in some of the performances out there from his team, but you know, I think he's a very experienced player. He retired after winning the World Cup in 2017, so you know he's been in the deep depths of playing England in Test match rugby and World Cup rugby, and I think he'll see the bigger picture. He'll be disappointed if it continues like this, but I think he'll see the bigger picture and know they're rebuilding, ready for 2026, and yeah, that'll be what's his bigger goal, I think, from today.
Yeah, as we saw last year, you might win the first test, you don't always win the second one. England, it was interesting, wasn't it, last year? Leeds, huge crowd, big standing, and yet the game went France's way, back to Marseille and the Palais des Sports, and England got the win. So yeah, sometimes it works like that, doesn't it? Sometimes it's not your day. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. It'll be great to see what England can do to the 80th minute, and I think that will really set the tone for the rest of this international calendar.
Games in France expected towards the back end.
Stay behind.
48-18 the score in England's favour.
Yeah, all good. Bounce.
Good nearly 30 minutes to play as Clauseus just takes his time. Coyd snaps in and rips the tag. Now France can play. Dorr it is down this right side. Bashara snatches at the tag. It's the look in the eyes, isn't it, of the players. You can just see that they're in absolute game mode. Big ball wide for Alizar. Chance maybe for France to open the play up here.
Take it. 4.
Is that going to be? Can France move the ball a bit and maybe open up some spaces and forcing them to kind of expand their line a bit?
Yeah, I think that's what's needed. You know, they can see that they've done a fantastic job on that set to separate the English defence. But, you know, England's transition here is going to really show why the result is the way it is, because their ability to just turn over, switch on, and come with such speed and pace it's just unstoppable for the French defence.
Taken in by Hawkins. He's not finished yet. Eventually the tag is ripped. Bashara, I mean, they're gaining like metres for fun here, England. Bashara having a field day. Eventually the tag is ripped. Oh, we played that with... Come off there for you.
Are we pulling it?
Yeah, I think they might be. Just for a second, I thought they were going to get... England were going to get away with it. Yeah. He got it on there, it dropped off again, didn't it? Ah, there we go. It wasn't quite attached.
Difficult turnover there. I think he'll be disappointed with that, but you know what they do now is the composure on this set, and it's a fantastic kick there to give France an extra half a pitch in order on this attack.
Yep, suddenly they find themselves in range, don't they? And Huvenat will tap this. France have a myriad of options. Clausels keeps it moving. Dor. Alazar was outside. Penella to Huvenat. Towing his way through. Clausels. That's the experience. Salazar still going here, the veteran.
Take it.
Hawkins rips the tag. France come again. Penella, nice flick. Huvenat is stopped in his tracks. Now Clausels. They're winding up, they're opening up the opportunities down this right side. France. Dor. Still the tag hasn't been ripped, eventually it had. Last one here for France. Oh, they're going to go for the drop. And they do through Jules Clausel, and that just buys them a bit of space and sticks a point on the board.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of desperation by the end of that set because they just had nothing. They were unable to come at the ball with any depth or any kind of plan. It didn't look like there was a huge amount of structure on that set, but yeah, they'll get the ball back now. So it was a smart decision from the experienced Clausel there, and 1 point could be the difference maker. You know, there's still such a long time in this game, and that could be the difference.
Clausel fields the kick-off. Feels the restart. France got in their locker.
Difficult error. Difficult error there for the forward pass, and I think right on their try line, they're not going to be impressed with that. What can England do on this?
Yeah, they've got golden field position here, haven't they? Bashara taps. Here comes Halliwell turning back against the grain. Comes Hawkins. Penella latches on. England have shape. Halliwell back to Collins. He's like a fly that you just can't swat, isn't he? Bashara. Oh, lovely pass. One-handed offload. And Zittel gets a chance for France here to restart.
Massive hit. Oh, we've seen Mason Billington enter the game on his England debut.
Yeah, historic moment for him, brilliant moment. As you say, I think the fact that he's not even played this game for a full calendar year yet is an absolutely astounding achievement.
It just shows the work that Tom Coyte's done in order to get him into this position as well, and the work that London Roosters have done to wrap around him and kind of fit as much game knowledge as we could into that 6 months of his career so far. But you know, he's come from wheelchair basketball, so his chair skill is exceptional, and it was just a case of kind of understanding the rules of our game, but a rugby background, so he had the rugby brain. And yeah, it's got him an England debut 6 months into his career.
Yeah, brilliant for the game, brilliant. It's another player from kind of non-traditional rugby league heartlands that giving a game a different accent, which is always good. Clausels drifting. A point for France here. Alazar now into Zittel. Lovely pass from Zittel. Was the tag pulled by Bashara? Ollie Cook chances try. So just in time there, France. And they make it pay through Julien Penella.
Fantastic hands, and I think that's what France was very successful for France in the first half. That just bread and butter rugby. Shift the ball along the line and spread the defense, and we can see it there paying dividends.
So that, as you say, that golden, that drop goal, should I say, could be key. And Rob Hawkins maybe wasn't quite expecting that. I don't know if he had eyes on an intercept potentially, but lovely flick.
He done well to keep it in there. That was so
I was
close.
thinking about that. Yeah, but straddling the chalk, wasn't he? That's for sure. So Al-Azhar taking over the kicking duties here. Oh, it's no good. He pulled it wide of the post. And we talked about 4s to 6s, especially when you're chasing down a lead. So crucial, Freya.
Absolutely, yeah. That's an uncharacteristic miss there from Al-Azhar. You know, he's a real weapon in his goal kicking, and during the World Cup we saw that, and I think he scored like 30 goals across the World Cup from his kicks, and so yeah, he'll be disappointed with that.
So England back to the middle, back with a restart. Collins gets some air time on that. Clouseau takes it, well positioned for that one. Hawkins shudders in and rips the tag.
England doing a fantastic job of controlling the tempo of the play of the ball, even in defence, and wow, what a turnover!
Yeah, Pineda handing the ball on a plate to Tom Halliwell. France a little bit at sea there. You never saw more under threat or kind of under pressure than when you've just scored in a way, and that proved key. You need the concentration levels have to be high.
Absolutely, even I didn't see the ball had changed hands there, but a classic Tom Halliwell, dip under the shoulder, score in the middle of the sticks, make Nathan Collins' job as easy as possible. And the way he just draws players is outrageous. He had 3 of them there. Score under the sticks for an easy kick.
52 points on the board, and it's a big scoreline for England, isn't it? I mean, it shows just how ruthless they can be.
Yeah, the mountain just does seem to grow for France to come back from this one, but you know, there's still 20 minutes left in this game, and anything can happen. It can turn as quick as it came.
Yeah, so
time off.
Here they come, England, with the kick from Nathan Collins. How he would love to just slot this over and keep up an impressive record off the tee. Right under the post, Tom Halliwell that time. Collins is good. England looking good. And as you say, Freya, France with a high hill to ascend here if they're going to win anything or take something from this test. Pinella popped the pass direct to Halliwell, and he wasted no time. So an unfortunate error. Pinella punished, and England with the ball.
First knock on by England, then by France. France ball.
So France here will have a chance. Dorr with the tap. Brought forward by Al-Azhar. Now they cover it with Pinella into Clouseau's. Reaching, grasping hands from England to rip those tags away. Al-Azhar ducking and diving and weaving. Taps it, Pinella. Came round this switch. Oh, it's open up for Zittel. And he got that down, I think, here. Oliver Kutcher points for the try. And we're going a little bit try for try here, England-France.
For sure, the game is never done until that final whistle. The absolute wingspan on Zittel there made sure he was able to kind of get the ball down around Billington. Really difficult try to stop those ones when their wingspan is just too big for the game.
Yeah, there was a high kick earlier. They sort of plucked out the air a bit like watching, I don't know, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or something, you know, from some NBA star from the great past. He had, as you say, huge wingspan, great reach.
Fantastic pass. I was, shocked that went forward.
And he got it into the corner. Mason Billington unable to take that one away.
The ability to control his chair there, to not go over the sideline from XIII, is a real skill. You know, this is a really fast floor, so when you've got momentum in your wheels, it takes an awful lot to get them stopped. And what he did there to ensure he didn't go over that sideline was exceptional.
So the kick was good. Yes, the equivalent of Tom Johnston diving in the corner, or Tommy Makinson or something, isn't it? It's that spectacular reach, but also keeping your eye on keeping your chair in. It's far more difficult than they make it look, that's for sure. So Collins boots it. Oh, the bounce might be kind for England here, and it is. Tom Halliwell was on the spot. Collins. Player's been pulled back. Nathan Collins pushes himself back to his feet, back to his wheels.
Tackle one. Ignore that, it's tackle one.
So England can set their line, can set their attacking shape here. France waiting. Collins turned to Hawkins, pops the pass in for Butler, who's back on. Halliwell gets away from Billington! There it is! Debut try! What a special moment for Mason Billington, his family and his teammates. Wonderful moment. England debutant, England try scorer, Freya.
I'm proud as punch of him. That's the perfect way to start your debut. You know, he did everything right there to keep his width, hug that touchline in order to give Tom Halliwell as much space to give him the pass in order to score that one. And the wrap-around change of direction just opens up the floor. The connection through the Leeds Rhinos players, Tom Halliwell's patience on that pass gave Mason all the time in the world to get that down. And yeah, like you say, his family here. I've seen Dad Gary in the stands with his England shirt on, and yeah, it's very exciting for him on his debut to get that ball down over the whitewash.
Yeah, plenty of those New England shirts on show here today as well. A popular new arrival addition. This King's family I've seen have been donning them, and as you say, that Mason Billington as well and his family.
Time off.
So kick to come from Nathan Collins, and 60 up in a test against France. That doesn't happen every day, does it?
No, we've seen such tight games between the two for the last few years, and I think, yes, we can definitely say we're in that rebuilding phase, ready for 2026. But by the looks of things, England are rebuilt and done. Signed, still delivered. You know, the quality and depth they've got in the squad made the selection impossible for Tom Coed this year. And you know, to see the pathway continue to grow, you've got players coming in left, right, and centre through the juniors programme, through the women's programme, through the Future of England mixed gender programme, and yeah, enabling players like Mason to come through within 6 months. Because the pathway there is so strong, and the importance is placed on that. You know, the stars that won the World Cup, they're not complacent. They've got young guns coming in and pushing them for their spots, and yeah, that's what's going to carry England to a really strong position come the 2026 World Cup.
Yeah, no Jack Brown in this team either, and you know, he would generally have been one of the star names, but when if you've got a pathway that like you said, Freya, that's really important. As Hawkins wasting no time, he wants to add to his quartet of tries in that first half. Collins saw England it's 100 mile an hour from them at the moment. Halliwell uses his chair almost as the guard and allows him to ride the challenge. Clausel's stopping Hawkins that time. Halliwell got that ball away before the tag was ripped. Butler halted on halfway. Halliwell, look at the line speed, the kick chases. Good hit for Billington. Oh, in the end, it was safety first for France because Billington was building up some head of steam.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, no regard for their bodies to be sandwiched in that in between two French players there. But yeah, we nearly saw a back-to-back there from Billington. Perfect kick there by Tom Halliwell. Difficult to get round the two players there for Mason. And kicked out for the drop ball.
Enough. Give that some whack. Collins striding forward. He's got Hawkins in support. Dorr is desperate to claw at those tags. He couldn't bring it away. Butler still has it. Eventually the tag is ripped. Penella peels himself away from the tackle.
1.
Halliwell.
2.
Captain's knock from him so far. In defence and attack, Collins.
3. Just a tackle. 3.
And we're moving through the tackles. Collins eventually gets himself set.
3.
Not on which to play it. Halliwell. Oh, Butler came back on a different angle.
4.
Managed to keep himself in the field of players. France came swarming. Collins. Oh, here they go again. Hawkins desperate to make it. Dorr might just make it first, and in the end it was post pad and everything in a desperate attempt to avoid conceding. But Hawkins, I think he had he gave Dorr a yard head start there at least, and almost got there.
It was a perfect kick, yeah. Unlucky to not get there in time. Took the post with him, just gave it all to get to the ball. Unlucky on that one.
So yeah, just a warning, Freya. 10 minutes time or so, you will be asked to make your player of the match selection. Just giving you a little bit of forewarning so you can get those cogs turning. I know they've been turning all afternoon, so Collins, Halliwell. Just pre-line there by England. But it's slick, the timing's good. It's that sharpness, isn't it? Everything looks as though it's been drilled to perfection, which is difficult when you think these players are only in camp for a short time.
Yeah, you can tell how much work is going on off the pitch and outside of the camps to ensure that they're in the fantastic position. You know, that work on their connections and that work in the gym, all those things and 1%ers you maybe don't see, enables us to see such an incredible show today.
So France come forward. Here goes Zittel. Dorr's getting support. It goes wide to Clausels instead, but Hawkins almost feels like he's been stalking him this afternoon. Rob Hawkins, every time Jules Clausels has looked up with the ball, he's seeing Rob Hawkins in front of him. Alazar. Oh, the kick. It's a teaser. Billington underneath it, holds his ground. And he did well there, Mason Billington. Butler looking for the offload. Eventually the tag is taken. England come forward now through Collins. There's a Penella left sprawling. He's back up on his feet, back on his chair again, and England come forward. Collins turns it back for Butler. Dorr is hunting.
Fantastic defensive effort there from Damien Dorr to really shut down those overlaps. You know, they had a player on the floor, they could have gone at 100 miles an hour as England do, but he really controlled the tempo of the defence there to ensure that they didn't get that advantage.
Jules Clausels, right place, right time for France.
Space and marker.
10 minutes left, just under 10 minutes to play. Let's have a big deficit against them here as Zittel springs forward.
2.
Alazar will reload. So tackle made.
3.
Alazar. Zittel. Oh, he's almost slipped the net there. And France get the penalty. So a chance from halfway practically to welt that one into touch, and France just come together, a little bit of a conflab before they get themselves into position here. Maybe winding up for something as those French players get themselves into position. Zittel. The skiing instructor, snowboard instructor, Adrien Zittel. France under the post, see it. Alazar, tag taken. Oh, he throws it late. Penella, Zittel heading for the corner. And what's the call? It's called a try. Sergin Zital, not for the first time, has come up with the goods for France, but might be too little too late, but it's just to show that they haven't put their cue in the rack.
For sure, and I think, that was lucky to get a try out of that. It was almost a try from nothing. You could see them building in the final 4 meters, but not coming with very much depth or speed, so they were kind of catching the ball and not really having anywhere to go. So exceptional offload there to create the space and enable him to get over the line.
I know Gilles Clausel sort of gets a couple of players to bite, doesn't he? But still, Zital doing enough to hold off Billington in the end. Alazar, the width of that pass from Alazar helped, didn't it? It did isolate Mason Billington a bit there.
For sure, yeah, it drew in the players, but the kick not going over, I think, will kind of set the tone for the French's effort today. And I think at this point there will definitely be, what is their game within the game here? What can they get out of this game? It's such a big deficit. What units can they run? What lineups can they see? And just to see what can they take from a game as a positive when the scoreline does not look so positive.
Yeah, Lewis King coming on, and
Hold on.
Josh Butler, I think it was, who's made way.
Clean.
By the looks of things. So no good, the kick. 60 points to 33. Zital, who has certainly stood up on a tough afternoon for the French. Penella really gets Zital wide.
Fantastic job to stay into the pitch there.
Gore helps it on. Clausel's Panzo Gillard on that far side, offering a bit of width, but France unable to make the best of it. Penella, did he lose that, or he seemed to have retained possession? He'll tap it. Panzo Gillard helps it on. Zital with the kick. Clausel's, the bounce has taken that into England hands. In the end, it was shepherded out by Nathan Collins. 6 to go for it. In a game like this then, England will they, likewise, you talked about a game within a game. Do England set themselves little targets here? Let's not concede again, that kind of thing.
Yes, for sure there'll be their process goals within this and their targets with what they want out of it. And sometimes that might not be physical plays, that might just be let's stay connected for 80 minutes, let's push them for 80 minutes. Those games within the games aren't necessarily always tangible goals. But England for sure putting on a performance that they can be proud of.
Collins will take this forward. In fact, it's a kick from him. Billington, he's racing. Is the bounce going to be kind? Yes! Mason Billington shares his celebrations with the crowd. He ended up there. Such was his intent and desire. What a way to cap it off for England. Mason Billington gets another. And England are flying.
As is Mason Billington. The speed he had and the composure of Rob Hawkins to chase down that and cover him. One of them would have put that down. Fantastic push from Mason, with no regard to how close he was to the people in the stand and taking the sponsor boards with him.
So the England players back, taking on a bit of fluid. Last few moments of this game then, as Billington showed all the gas required to make it just before that line, and everything, took everything, it was in his path there as he went for that one. Interesting period then, I guess, for International Rugby League, Freya, because obviously these two teams are the heavyweights. If England are obviously at a certain point in their progression and their journey, France are obviously at a new point in their journey too. What about the rest of the international game? What's strides are being made elsewhere?
It's really, really exciting to see the growth of the game across the world. Australia are about to head to New Zealand for an international test next week. So it's incredible to see New Zealand creating a team and getting ahead, ready for the 2026. Also, Ireland heading over to France for the first time, which will be really exciting to see their newly built squad. So the growth of the game is incredible.
So Nathan Collins, kick is good, 66-33. You can almost double the score here, well you can double the score. England twice as good on the scoreboard as their opponents. And Freya Levy, time for your left red player of the match in this huge test match against the French.
What a difficult one, you know, incredible skill shown across the board. I think it's got to go to Rob Hawkins, you know, his first half performance really set up the team. As much as I'd love to give it to debutant Mason Billington, who's got 2 tries on his debut. But Rob Hawkins with the ball now, an incredible player, young player of the year. It has to go with him.
Yeah, supreme performance, full of confidence, full of belief, full of a little bit of swagger that you need as well, Freya.
Absolutely, yeah. He's, you know, come off a disappointing loss in the grand final to see Halifax not take the grand final win, but really put that to bed and come out and done his job for his country. And, yeah, put on a show. Got England a very comfortable lead in that first half. It's just a quality player.
Yeah, so France, as you were saying, Freya, a team that are going to be in transition. There might be a few more painful afternoons as they start to rebuild from that classic team that has challenged for so long.
Same player, 2 times.
And Zittel is pinged at that time. England penalty, and they are finishing this game with a French side showing their visible frustrations.
Yeah, penalised there for taking both tags off, and I think England will just really slow this down now and, you know, try and burn some time off the clock. But yeah, if they can get themselves over one more time, I'm sure we'll see it.
Yeah, they'd love to finish with a flourish. Collins certainly they're looking and working that. Kim with the late pass out to Halliwell. It was nicely worked there by England, but Collins has to play it. Halliwell to King. Ripping that time from Dorr. Lewis King tried to steam forward. England comfortable winners here. Lovely hands, Collins. Oh, it would have been on maybe for the hat-trick there for it.
Just quality rugby league, just shifting the ball, shifting the defence, and just really they're in full control and have been this whole game really.
So the very final moments here at Robin Park of this first test of the autumn series for all of the England sides. Danzo Gillard tries to work his way down the right. It goes back in field. Clausels, Dorr. They might finish with a flourish here. France, Penella. It's a blind offload. It's gone to touch. It just shows you how difficult it is to stay in because you're concentrating on one thing, where you're going to pass to, and also trying to keep the chair in. It's you know, we've seen some high quality work so far, haven't we?
Yeah, it's an exceptional skill to, you know, push your chair, control the ball, know where your teammates are, and make sure you're still tagged up and playing within the lines of the pitch. And you know, it just shows the outrageous skill of these players to do that at this intensity, at this pace, and on this stage as well for their country.
Billington, that's his first taste of the real physicality as he was.
Yeah, we just hear his tyre get popped there on his brand new chair.
It's an expensive business, this sport, isn't it?
Absolutely, and these chairs have played such a crucial part in the game. You know, you want your chair to be bespoke and fit you like a glove, because that gives you the best connection. If your chair feels at one with you, you turn your shoulders and it will come with you. And we can see that here. The hit on the tyre, you can see he tries to push the puncher's slowing him down, but back underway with a quick wheel change.
Yeah, Halliwell, one of the last moments of this one, as it's dribbled in towards the corner. Clausels will mop it up for France, but the winner's here today by a huge margin, and the progress of Tom Coyne's England continues. But this most ferocious of rivalries in wheelchair rugby league between England and France, well, it's England who come up winners in this first test of the autumn, and they have convincingly beaten the French by 66 points to 33. Freya Levy.
I don't know if that's the biggest deficit France have seen against England. I'd be interested to know, but an outrageous performance by England, start to finish. I mean, they're such high quality players. I know they'll go back and they'll pick up things that they want to change, but that was a perfect performance from the English to really put the pressure on France for a whole 80 minutes and to transition so quickly with so much skill and confidence to enable them to just silence France for 80 minutes.
Yeah, now it's time for the handshakes and the hugs and the embraces between players who, you know, there's an awful lot of shared history, isn't there? But England can feel really satisfied with their work, and Mason Billington gets some hand claps and embraces. And for some of the players, you know, Adrian Zettel is towards the, you know, he's a more senior player, likewise Gilles Claussel. There's no, obviously, like no kind of back end where, you know, you have to give up the game, but, you know, the younger players will, I guess, will start to filter through eventually.
Yeah, you'd like to see that with France. Yeah, it's a very, very aged squad. I know. Whereas you look at the difference with England, and they're all very, very young. I think also that just shows the importance that the England setup are putting on that pathway. And it was great to see this morning, you know, the Future of England programme with the juniors coming through. So we've got 14, 15-year-olds experiencing origin-style competitions and representative rugby. So that's what's going to hold England in such good stead for not just 2026 World Cup, but 2029 and going forward.
Yeah, the trophy about to be presented. Malcolm Keelty will present the player of the match to Rob Hawkins, whose name, of course, adorns the trophy, Fasilette Keelty Trophy, which these two teams play for. But Trevor Hunt, the Vice President of the Rugby Football League, who's got his finery on there. Good to see Trev. And, of course, Frank Slevin, who is the chairman, or the chair of Rugby League Commercial. So the Player of the Match award is there, and the trophy is there. And Freya, this is the reward for the hard work, isn't it? This is what England have come to win. This is what they've come to clinch, and they'll take a lot of pride in doing so.
Absolutely, yeah. Every trophy lift is a special moment, and they'll treat this in the same level as they would a World Cup. You know, it's great to get the win for the badge, for the country, and yeah, they'll be very excited by this win. But brutal game for 80 minutes, and now they'll get back in the changing rooms and be best friends with each other.
Yeah, the players now moving themselves into position. Smiles on faces, just enjoying the chance to breathe again after a frantic game which was ferocious, that's for sure. So everyone waiting for this big moment, and the likes of Mason Billington, they will hope, and as you say, Rob Hawkins and players I know who they've achieved so much, but at such a young age, it's impressive.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, really, the career Rob's got under his belt already, and it's really exciting to see where he goes with that, and how he'll be a leader in the team with such experience in a few years.
Yeah, so here he is, Rob Hawkins will make his way over to the presentation team. He was absolutely dynamite this afternoon, receives his Player of the Match medal from Malcolm Keelty, and then continues along to receive the raptures of his team. And now it is time for that squad, that group, led by Tom Halliwell, of course, to receive his awards. So the match officials getting their medals, or getting their prizes, so to speak. Oliver Cruikshank, Rebecca Whiteley, Jake Brooke and Grant Jackson are those two received their medals. And so now it is down to this moment here, this special moment for this England team. Frank Slevin, chair of Rugby League Commercial, Trevor Hunt, as we were saying before, who is He is. And Frank Slevin will present this to the England captain, Tom Halliwell. And he and his England colleagues will lift the Fasalek Kilty trophy aloft to a ticker tape celebration. They have dominated this test match and they have the prizes to show for it. Tom Coyne's side in 2024 are very much the real deal, Freya Levy.
Absolutely, an incredible win, a massive score, and I don't think you can fault much of that performance. I think they're going to go away very happy from that. Incredible scenes to see him there, all lifting the trophy together. The connection in this squad is what got them the win there, for sure.
Yeah, plenty more to come from this team under Tom Coyne, with new players joining, new players adding extra depth to the English game. The Wheelchair Rugby League is in rude health, and England at the vanguard of it, the world champions, and they have taken a 1-0 lead in this test series, and they hope to play France again. But my thanks to you, Freya. It's been an absolute pleasure to be alongside you. Hope you have enjoyed it.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's always a cracker, England-France. Always a great game, and it delivered, for sure.
Right, let's have a look at some of the highlights from what has been an engaging test match. Player of the match, Rob Hawkins. Rob, I don't know if you can hear me over the din, but what a test match, what an individual test match for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just an individual test match. I mean, I've got player of the match, but those tries were only set up by the team. We've been working hard, and we always wanted the redemption, especially after last year. We didn't have the best of games in Leeds, and I think that's what we wanted to come out here and do. Win on our home turf, that's the most important thing. And now we look forward to a few weeks' time where we play and hopefully win again.
It looked like a really connected England team. I know you don't get loads of time in camp, but it just looked like the time that you had has really paid dividends. You seem like you were all on a real level together.
Yeah, we're undoubtedly the most connected team in the world. There is no one that can top us. Whenever something happens, we're always first ones to get round each other. Whenever anything happens where one of our players get tipped out, we're the first one around. And that's what we want to preach, is that the whole time we have a phrase, it's protect the Lions, and that is protecting each other, protecting the people around us, staff and players.
These games are always ferocious, aren't they? Was that as ferocious as it's ever been?
Yeah, but it's Wheelchair Rugby League. If it's not ferocious, then we're not playing the right sport.
Yeah, just in terms of the individual try, some of the scores that you made, a couple of bits of individual flair, a little bits of team flair. Just you look like everyone's playing with a smile on their face, and that seems to make a difference too.
Yeah, the most positive team is a team that wins. We can make some errors, but it's about how you bounce back from those errors, how you transition. We had a few errors on our line, and we either sometimes a try may have happened or we may have got the ball back, but then the whole time our heads were up, and that's what makes us one of the best teams in the world.
And just in terms of the actual scoreline, to beat France by that kind of figure, well, I mean, that's either not happened at all or not very often. I mean, what a scoreline.
Yeah, it's a great scoreline, but we can't discredit France. They definitely came out fighting, and the scoreline doesn't tell the whole picture of the story. I mean, I don't exactly know the full score myself, but if you're saying it's a big margin, then it is something where we can't underestimate that we're still a team, and we still want to at least show how great this game is.
And finally, I know it's not about you, but given how disappointing it was for you just a couple of weeks ago, it's just nice as well to, get back on the horse, so to speak, after losing a grand final, to come and play international rugby and get some rewards for it. That must be nice for you just on a personal level.
Yeah, I mean, with Halifax, we didn't actually get the grand final, but we still... it is one of those things, really. I mean, to come out winning, I couldn't think anything better, but just making it to that grand final in Super League is still an achievement.
Well played, mate. Congratulations. Cheers. Thanks, pal.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, mate. Cheers, mate. Cyril Torres. Cyril, commiserations. How did that game go for you?
Game very difficult, but it's normal. I think I lose a lot of friendship. I lose a lot of ball and a lot of mistake. And it's very difficult after this game. I think you are not invited today, and I want to work now for the next game.
What did go well for France? What did you see that you did like today?
Yeah, I like the two new player. The two new player. One, Leo, play maybe 60 minutes, and his feeling is good and his position is good. George is similarly, and after I need my old player more strong. I need Gilles go in front, and it's not a war, but it's important all the time give the best, because when you don't give the best against England, the result is here.
What can you hopefully improve on for next time?
So just the attitude. Just I need a better player, just strong player, and I think I come back to France and I go to work.
Commiserations. Thank you for speaking to us, Cyril.
Yeah, thank you very much.
team head coach Tom Coyd. Tom, just sum up the mood. I mean, in terms of test matches, do they get any better than that?
They do, they definitely do. Look, it feels really good because the fixture last year at Leeds' first direct arena was our first game since the World Cup final, and that French is a different French team, but the French team last year came over and taught us a lesson. And we'd never been world champions before, so we didn't really know what to do. And now we know what we would do differently. So to turn that around, like they would have flown over here desperate to do that to us again, because it just feels so good to win away from home. And to put together a decent performance, that's the most points we've ever scored against France. So that's something to remember, but we let in 33 points. And obviously as a coach, that's something that I'm concerned about. But just look behind me, the amount of people that want to stay and get connected and how accessible these players are, even though they're absolute stars the way they play. So I really want to celebrate that.
Yeah, I think connected is the word I would come up with, because there were times in particular in attack, I mean defensively too, but particularly in attack, where you just looked like everything was on point, and you'd scarcely believe that you only get a few sessions with these players, because everything looked so as if everyone was really on time with each other.
Yeah, do you know what? We benefit from a fantastic programme that the RFL and the England Performance Unit help us endlessly with, and we've got a fantastic staff that's so experienced. People like Martin Coyd, Dave Banks, Francis Stevenson, John McMullen. Like, we've got an absolute dream team, and that means that although we get precious few moments together, those that we do get, we maximise it. And although that's a million miles away from a perfect performance, it's a massive step forward, with Mason Billington making his debut, people stepping up into roles that they've not had before, like many of the players who played in the Super League Grand Final really shone today, like Rob Hawkins, Nathan Collins, Tom Halliwell. Like, those guys are still so young, aren't they? And for them to control a test match for 80 minutes like they've done, with some blips in there, I won't lie, it's really, really promising, and we've got a long way to go into the next World Cup. I'm just excited about how much better we can get.
Yeah, I guess I know as a coach, you know the imperfections are things that will stand out for you in some respects, but in terms of attracting an audience to a game, high scoring, some brilliant wheelchair rugby league, you feel that you've put yourself in the right spotlight today?
Yeah, I think in an ideal world, if we were full-time pros, we would just say, look, purely process-focused, let's concentrate on game plan, getting the job done. But we know that we've got an amazing sport here, that we just need to put it in front of as many people as we possibly can, because it's one of the best-kept secrets in UK sport, in my opinion. Like, we need to play more games with this stature, like more internationals, but more games on this bespoke pitch, with the rugby league lines down, with a crowd that's so invested and connected, like we spoke about. We just, and although we want to focus so much of our attention on playing well, it's about growing the game too, and we're at the forefront of being ambassadors, so we always try and keep that at the front of what we do too.
Yeah, just a word on Mason Billington. He's had a meteoric rise, hasn't he? I think, like you were saying, 6 months since he first kind of picked up a rugby league ball and had this go at this phenomenal game in a wheelchair. That kind of progress is unreal, isn't it? To score on your, not just one try on your debut, but two.
Yeah, it's pretty emotional for me. So I can't imagine how Mason's feeling, but I think that's like his 10th or 11th game he's ever played. And I know, I just can't think of any player who's made a debut after so few top-level appearances in the domestic competition, and then play world number 1 v world number 2 and score 2 tries. Like, it's honestly Hollywood script. And if Mason was, he'd be the first to say, I made too many mistakes. Yeah. But that's the mentality that's got him to this point, and is a bloke who had an accident quite a few years ago that changed his life forever. And similar, I feel so lucky that I get to meet people like Mason, Lewis King, Wayne Boardman, who have had something really challenging happen to them, but through finding this sport, It opens doors that they never imagined, representing your country, playing in front of a packed out crowd on BBC. Yeah, it's a privilege to be involved with it, and I just love what Mason's done and what he's going to keep doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I can second the privilege side of things. Just finally, what's next then for England Rugby League wheelchair?
So we're going to go on tour to France next month from the 18th to the 24th of November. We've got another game against France, and we're going to play Spain too. So every single player in our 16-person squad is going to represent England this year, which is crucial because if you train all year, you've got to have a chance to play and show what you can do. And there's 8 more players who didn't play today who are demanding a chance to play for England and want to throw on a shirt. So that's super exciting. And the opportunity to make it 2-0 against France. Like I said to you before, we still owe them quite a few games for the last 19 years, so it's another step towards making it right for our part.
Congratulations, Tom. Congratulations to your team, and thanks very much for being on the BBC for us.
Thank you for having us.
Absolute pleasure. Tom Coyd, the head coach of the England Rugby League team. So there we go. That is it from Robin Park, where it has been a fantastic day for Wheelchair Rugby League. England putting on a show in front of a packed crowd, a sellout crowd here in Wigan, and Rugby League, Wheelchair Rugby League, showing its merits and its class and its qualities to a bumper crowd and of a viewing public as well, watching on from elsewhere. That's as far as we go though here on BBC Sport from Robin Park in Wigan. England victors, they will take on France again in Normandy later next month. But from all of us here on the team from Robin Park in Wigan, England the victors, goodbye.
The scimitar includes the words, "My strength is at its peak." You would not deny them that, would you?
Let's go.
Brilliant ball. Domion's on his way. Absolutely spectacular. Because Luhai's dancing now. Oh, he's found the gap. Puts it back on the inside. Paolo spins it away. Luhai bats it on. Brighton will finish. That is incredible. Flags flying of these two nations all around the stadium. Forwards through the first line and through the second and through the third. And England on the try. All eyes up Rugby League from Lingy Shah. Williams with a kick to the corner. Here they go. Mickinson. He pops it over the top. Lafay's got the footwork and Lafay's got the try.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.